CANARY Capital's founder and CEO just committed a grave error. I will play this. The statement reads, "Why an XRP ETF will demolish an Ethereum ETF. It's 𝗙𝗏 here. He serves as the CEO. He will tell 𝗙𝗶𝗶 why he believes the XRP spot ETF will perform better than Ethereum. However, his reasoning isn't entirely convincing. If you are unable to capture it, please let me know. I will explain everything to you. However, I also want you to pay attention to 𝗙𝗶𝗶's responses while 𝗙𝗏 speaks to him. Take a look. Given that Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently competing against each other, why do you think the performance of XRP's ETF would differ? What do you think? Actually, I think there are three main reasons why I think XRP will do better than ETH. For example, they are staking, one of them. Therefore, if you're a little more crypto savvy, you won't purchase an ETH ETF because you can visit one of the cryptocurrency exchanges, go off-chain, or even go on-chain and get a dividend of 2 to 3%. Right, if you can obtain a yield on top of your token somewhere else, why would you purchase an ETF? It simply doesn't make sense, yes, without a doubt. Additionally, since XRP doesn't provide that, you won't lose out on anything whether it's listed on an exchange or included in an ETF. Thus, that is the first reason. Second, it's actually the category leader, as I just indicated. Alright, hold on, wait. Alright, just so you know, I have verified that this is CANARY Capital's CEO and co-founder. He is now discussing one of the main reasons why people choose to purchase an XRP spot ETF rather than an Ethereum ETF. You can essentially purchase Ethereum spot and take it to an exchange or another location where you can occasionally stake Ethereum and receive an additional yield. Therefore, purchasing the ETF would be pointless since you could simply purchase Ethereum on the open market, stake it, and receive even more. Right, that is his hypothesis. He doesn't fully get, however, that a significant amount of DeFi layer is being developed for the XRP ledger community. Indeed, it is not possible to natively stake XRP. Although it's not a proof-of-stake network, you can still obtain the same payout by using Flare and additional DeFi layers. He made the claim that it was nonsensical. Let me demonstrate. In this clip, 𝗙𝗏, the CEO and co-founder of CANARY Capital Group, states that investors prefer to purchase a spot XRP ETF over an Ethereum spot ETF due to the possibility of staking Ethereum and earning more income. I believe that you will be able to stake XRP using Flare and receive a return at the same time. Where else can investors stake XRP to earn profits? Check this out. Then, Flare thus enabled the DeFi feature. To enable its use in Flare's DeFi ecosystems, AMIs, loan pools, and staking for FTSO validators and prizes, Flare converted XRP into FXRP. AP is typically between 8 and 10% per year. Alright. After that, you say, alright, naturally, there are dangers associated with smart contract bridges as well as market volatility. Naturally, you can obtain a return by wrapping XRP into DeFi on other chains. You can deposit into AMM's lending protocols on well-known Layer 2 on side chains using wrapped versions such as XRP, 𝗙𝗏 or BNB chains. Returns range from 5% to 10%. Additionally, there are centralized exchange earn rewards programs like Binance Simple Earn Flexible Savings, which offer up to 0.5% annual percentage yield AP, as well as promotional offers that range from 5 to 50%. His primary point doesn't seem to support what I'm trying to argue here, but it's kind of true. Please let me know if I've made a mistake, or if you believe that I may be being too severe with this gentleman. I simply believe that if we are going to make every effort to inform institutions around the world about what is actually happening and the truth about all of this, we must be precise in our statements because these kinds of things have a way of backstabbing and giving the impression that we are ignorant of the subject at hand. You know, I appreciate everything that CANARY Capital is doing in the cryptocurrency space and bringing information like this to light, but we do need to get these things right because ETH has a lot more competition in its category, while the category leaders that people can understand will make a lot more sense. XRP doesn't have much. People will therefore perceive that as the obvious leader. It has made significant efforts to maintain technological advancements and stay in the forefront. Because of this, I believe that to be the case. The demand, the community, and the quantity of individuals who are following this item are actually the third points here. Look, I believe that XRP will make $5 billion in the first month of trading. We'll see how that works out. However, I think it will undoubtedly perform better right out of the gate than ETH accomplished. I can't help myself. Listen, it's Sunday. Here, it's afternoon. The 𝗶𝗶 outfit was simply too good, man, and I'm here filming material. Though everything seems well, I wonder if 𝗶𝗶's thoughts were the same as mine. Someone of that 𝗙𝗶𝗶 is being interviewed by you. Perhaps when the call is over, you could say, hey, man, you could stake XRP now through Flare and other asset layers and then get a percentage. You don't really want to put that in his face. In any case, there is some useful information near the conclusion. He thinks that during the first few weeks, XRP might reach $5 billion. Let's observe how everything develops. Joshua Jake is shown. Here, the most astute investors are those who own XRP. That would be wonderful to hear, sweetie. They may be the most astute Bitcoin investors of all time. You could be upset about it, but listen to me. These genuinely withstood all of the market's FUD and are still not making money today. Therefore, if you don't currently own any XRP, this is what I think the play is for it. Furthermore, why aren't vans like this available in the US? This is exactly the same as an Emirates first-class flight. As you are all aware, XRP's market capitalization over $2 today. This is just before the big announcement that the SEC versus Ripple case is officially over. Finally, the lawsuit is over. For the first time in about 3 years, Ethereum briefly crossed $4,000 today due to the extremely positive news. I'm not sure if that's true in reality, it simply seems that way. However, in light of this announcement, analysts now believe that XRP will soon make a breakthrough. Naturally, there are the insane bulls who think it will reach $1,000, then there are those like me who are realistic and believe that we might see $5 or $6. Let me clarify, since we theoretically saw a green deal the size of the Burj Khalifa in November 2024, is it possible that it will occur again? Here is what we currently know. More tokenized assets on the XRPL, stablecoin usage, and growing payment corridors are now driving growth. I won't discuss 𝗙𝗶𝗃's wild price forecasts. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you think XRP will surpass $1,000, hey, I just made a video in which I sort of dissect 𝗙𝗶𝗃's price forecast. Please watch the video if you haven't already. I gave that price projection a lot of thought. In order for Jake's price prediction to come true, I wanted to examine the actual factual evidence that supported it. Furthermore, Jake has been somewhat retracting his price prediction in subsequent streams, in case you haven't seen it yet. The video will be released on Sunday. Go have a look if you're watching this on Monday. Tell me what you think.